Hi Libra. So this is your monthly reading for March 2021. So check for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. But I highly suggest to just check for whatever signs you feel intuitively drawn to, whether they're in your chart or if the title of the reading resonates for you. Okay. Also check out my podcast, The Wheel of Divinity. That's on anchor.fm. So that's where I post daily, weekly love, oracle, and moon transit readings. Okay, so all that information is down below in the description box. Today we're using Tarot del Toro. Only been using this for a couple days and I'm falling in love with it. So let's get into your reading. Okay, so what love messages do we have for Libra for the month of March? Love messages for Libra. The sun, you have Leo energy here. Look at that. That's sick. Okay. So someone is oh wow, with Judgment. So shit. Something is definitely I feel like something is coming to a close, and because it's coming to a close, that is definitely bringing in new beginnings. But there's some kind of clarity that you could be picking up on. Someone is finally getting clear with maybe some hidden information. I get that too. Oh, I needed that on. It's a little, oh, you're hot. But yeah, I get that. There's some kind of clarity coming in, and I feel like it's around making some kind of decision. So I remember last month there was your reading kind of consisted of some drama. It was something about someone getting caught with something and no turning back from that. So I feel like now maybe you or someone around you is entering a new phase of the dynamic where it calls for wrapping something up. I feel like this is kind of like a wrap up energy. Now two of swords is here because I was shuffling a little bit. So I feel like someone has made their decision on how they feel about something or someone around them, and it's like their mind's just clear on how they feel. Like, you can't change how I feel. What's done is done. And there could be a lack of communication because of that, or someone closed themselves off. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Earth is here, which tells me it's like someone's just ready to like venture out and just do something different now. Someone's maybe now putting more focus back into themselves. Maybe they were carrying some kind of energy around where they felt they needed to stick by someone or be there for support for someone, and it just turns out that all of that was bullshit in some way. I get that. I feel like now that someone knows the truth about someone or something, it's like now maybe that was like, maybe somehow that was kind of like the last straw for some of you, where it was like you were holding on and holding on. Maybe you're trying to really wait to see how red the flag would get, or how many red flags you would receive from spirit. And now it's just like your energy could feel depleted, or your energy felt depleted when all of this occurred, maybe back, in February. So now there's this new outlook. I feel like there's a new outlook on how to navigate through this. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune comes in reverse. So going back to me saying that there could have been some kind of like wrap up, there could be a wrap up, or something is closing out. That makes me feel like there's a redirection. I feel like something was in motion, something was in movement, but then there was a delay, or there was this sudden pause, this sudden stop, because something was revealed. Some truth came out of some sort. And now I see the Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the sun as in redirection. It doesn't necessarily mean that something is just over. I think there's just it could, that could be the case with something else that was at the time, it was open in some way. Someone had access to some kind of movement. But now, yeah, that energy is being redirected. Someone could have been like their belief system or in the ways that they chose to view, I don't know, I hear society. The ways of society, someone may have like been really faithful to some kind of belief system. I get that too. And now that they see a truth, and maybe this has to do with some kind of disappointment, someone let you down, some kind of letdown, this has awakened you, or this has awakened someone to see that there is definitely more to grasp. There's more to seek. There's more to learn, right? So, what else can we get for Libra? March messages for Libra. Love messages for Libra. Okay. Shit, I just fucked up my new card. It's a little bent now because I'm being reckless. So Ace of Goblets is water energy. So this stands for Ace of Cups in tarot. I love this. I love that it's goblet. Like this shit is so fire, okay? Like I love this deck. So yeah, now it seems to be, wow, a new offer from, and I feel like this is universal. I feel like this is more so coming from the universe. Now it's like something drops in your lap for you to now give expansion to the way you think, because remember, you are air. Your element is air. So this has to do more with the realm of the mind and your intellect and what your thoughts, you know, what it is that you're thinking, why you're thinking it, how you're thinking it. But of course it also connects to the heart space with it being water. So I feel like you're being gifted a new I don't know. I feel like you're being gifted a new perception. You have the choice on how you want to, if you want to continue in something that maybe you were hesitant about, but you feel as though because you feel differently about it in some way, it's like now something about that energy is being rebirthed for you. Which is giving you like, it's like giving you new lens. You know what I mean? It's like, something could be different about this new experience, but there's something about it that's still familiar, and you're able to, you have the full capability to, I hear reincarnate, or to change the form of it in some way. And that has to do with how it is that you're actually treating yourself, what it is that you're saying to yourself, how you're practicing your self-care. All of that, it still comes from within. So whatever it is that you feed yourself is what you're feeding your focus. You get what I mean? And in some way it's also, you know, it's a vice versa thing too. It's also being done to you as well, energetically, spiritually. And the Hierophant is here at the bottom of the deck, right? So this is what it looks like for this deck, the Hierophant. But it's in reverse at the bottom of the deck with King of Water, King of Goblets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 of Wands with that as well. So I feel like there's a settlement coming in. There could have been a false way of believing, some kind of false belief system. And I feel like this also has to do with some kind of lie. Maybe you were told a lie in some way, and maybe in some way you were in denial about it, because you probably could have been lying to yourself too. So you fed the lie. You kept feeding it until there was no more space. You know what I mean? Something broke out. Something had to shift. Something had to change within your energetic field, because what was present at the time was just, it was false. And maybe even you had other people around you It's like you weren't even giving room for yourself to really explore more of what could possibly be. What could be. And I feel like this has a lot to do with your belief system. I keep picking up on that. I keep picking up on your thoughts and your values, you know what I mean? And overall how you view your connections. So these 3 cards together really has me think about settlement. It has me think about some kind of new development. And this could be internal growth. This could be, now that you're allowing more expansion for exploration, internally, and I hear eternally, now there's some kind of maturity. There's this level of maturity it's grown. It has grown. So now it's almost like someone wants to settle in a way where it's like they are finding their harmony within. Somehow maybe you found yourself coming back around to yourself. You kept looking for answers from everything that's outside of you, everyone outside of you. Even though deep down you know the truth about things, you connect to your feelings. You connect to that and you figure out how to be diplomatic about your decisions, how to discern yourself in some way when it comes to your decision making. And now I feel like this energy brings in some kind of calming effect. So once something is presented, once you are presented with the choice, yes, it does depend on how you move on with that choice, how you decide to move forward with that choice. But what I see here for the possible outcome is some type of development of inner strength and a wholeness of self that has you now be all like, you know what? All I ever needed to do was just believe in myself and to come to myself for when I feel conflicted, when I feel neglected, when I just feel uncertain. Now I feel like you or someone around you is more certain about what it is that they want. Maybe you're still coming around to, in a sense, what it is, like how you feel, but you know what it is in a sense that you don't want. So that's good. That helps you create a more clear path for where you could possibly go, right? So it's kind of that thing, it's kind of that feeling where it's like, it's not about really where you go. It's just, it's like, it's not about how you get there, as long as you just get there. You know what I mean? Strength. So Leo energy comes out again for you. So closing it out with the sun, and from how we started, closing it out with strength, and how we started was with the sun. So it's like unifying, it's like some kind of union with, I feel like this is union with self. And yes, it can be with someone else, but I definitely feel like the way that it I hear consume. So that can mean something for you, but I'm hearing the word consume. But in conclusion to this energy, it's something that you found out within, and now it's like you're closing out a cycle, and you're doing it in a way it's definitely originated through and from your energy. There's a truth here that now presents itself. And it's almost like I'm hearing, well, that's all we ever wanted. That's all we ever wanted Libra to do. We just wanted Libra to be honest with themselves. It didn't mean that you need to possess or gain anything from that. You feeling like you have to, if you ever feel like you giving an explanation for, in a sense, who you are or what you've done, it's all a matter of how you really perceive that. Because I feel like in the past, or just in general sometimes, you look at it as an obligation. You giving to others sometimes because you can overgive. You tend to overextend yourself, and then you're ready to, in a sense, blame those around you for that. But it's still about how you approach your own situations, how you approach yourself, and how you approach the dynamics that you're presented with. So I feel like there's this like you were called in some way to, I don't know, like it's like you wrap up some kind of cycle with yourself as well. And this could definitely be wrapping up a karmic cycle. And it's based off how you have believed in what love looks like, how it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to look. But it's really just about, look, how do you feel? Maybe it does call for you to exchange words with others so that you can get more clarity on just simply how other individuals feel. It doesn't mean that there has to be some kind of truce or some kind of true and false dynamic to that. It's not about that. It's not even about winning or losing. It's about just understanding our experiences and not judging ourselves so much, especially because then we want to put that on other people. Then you can't help but to judge others around you, especially the ones who have hurt you. So it's like letting go of feeling like at the end of it you feel as though you need to have your guard up in some way, or like you need to establish some kind of well, this is how I understand people like this and who have done this, like those are those kinds of people. And it's like, okay, maybe so, but there's still more to that. There's still more to that you don't understand. And the things that are done to you sometime, in a sense, is not really, it's not because of you. It's not done to you, and it's not, in a sense, done for you. It's for that other individual. It's what, in a sense, they're projecting because of themselves. So keeping that in mind so that we don't come off as arrogant, because we tend to do that. Okay, like, let's just be real. So I feel like, yeah, there's this now there's more room for you to kind of like gather your thoughts on how, and there's certain things that you're now learning and that you could actually let go of, because something could be exposed to you that it was like, damn, all along I thought this is how it was. I thought all along this is how it is, but it's actually not. So what do I do now? Maybe a part of you also feels like you want to punish yourself for that. And it's all about just surrendering to the unknown. It's surrendering to what we don't know, what we didn't understand, and forgiving ourselves, especially forgiving ourselves and forgiving others for what pressure we could have added on to the dynamic, what we could have put, like through on the surface, in a sense, in order to punish what we thought needed to be punished, what you thought needed to be punished, whatever. So that seems quite healing, that's a very healing energy. I love it. So kind of want to say congrats for that. Just keep going and remain open. Okay, I love you.